Now, an example of cougar excellence in our communities.
Yeah, I mean, Jim has probably forgotten more about fishing than I'll ever know.
Like he says, rain, sleet, hail, or snow, we're gonna go.
Mr. Jim is diehard fishing. He gets us up early.
Just go fishing, have a good time.
Tonight, we recognize a community member, a business entrepreneur, and a grandfather who has been a founding captain of the Crosby High School Bass Club.
Are you competitive?
Oh, geez. Yeah, very.
Mr. Jim Lewis answered the call when Crosby High School teacher and Bass Club sponsor Mr. Corbett Thompson formed the club 7 years ago.
I don't know, and I probably don't want to know the amount of hours and dollars that he has given to make kids successful.
Mr. Jim, as he's known, donates his time, his money, and the use of his 21-foot bass boat.
Anything you do, any game in life is you play it to win it. So that's what we do. That's how I go at it.
In years past, Mr. Jim captained his grandsons, creating lasting memories. This year, he's captain for the team of senior Weston Roach and junior Landon Darjean.
I don't know so much about a role model. I think their parents did the role model, and I think and that's kind of how I was raised, because just to be respectful and enjoy the outdoors. I mean, it's funny, we sometimes we'll pick up trash that other people leave behind, because it's just just the way I was brought up. For something we do to help keep for the next people coming behind us.
It's about sticking with something and doing the best you can do, no matter the conditions.
And I think that's a valuable life lesson for these kids. That, yeah, you may not have the best day, and you may be a little tired or hungry, but you can't quit. You got to keep going.
Oh, 4-pounder, maybe 5.
And I think that's another one of those things that Jim brings to the table, teaching those life lessons about grit and just keep going.
It's clear Mr. Jim has had an impact on Weston and Landon.
We got out there, it was 5 o'clock in the morning. Mr. Jim had biscuits and hot chocolate for us. We were freezing, but we were cold. He's like, y'all got to stay in here and fish really hard, and we ended up doing really well.
He's an awesome member of the community. He takes time out of his day to let us go fishing anytime we want, pretty much. We just got to let him know, and we get to go fishing.
They tell you the story about the Vienna
No,
sausage.
tell me.
Well, it's not a story, it's just a fact. A lot of people are grossed out about Vienna sausage, but I keep some in the boat, and especially my grandson, when we started fishing, they would not eat Vienna sausage. I told Wade, that's my grandson Wade, I said, hey, give me a can of those Vienna sausage out there. And he said, Papa, I can't believe you're going to eat those. Well, he gave me, I ate them. And I think I had 1 or 2 left, and he said, can I have one of those?
Mr. Jim has all kinds of fishing stories. He also has a sixth sense of where the fish are biting.
He knows exactly where the fish are going to be depending on the time of year.
90% of it's luck, really. If the bass are biting and you throw just about anything out there, I think you're going to catch them. Now it gets very tough in the hot summertime. It's hard to catch a fish, but I don't think there's a secret. I think it's just luck. A big part of it's luck.
And persistence?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
That's one thing about Jim. He'll just kind of turn over some responsibilities and teach the kids, all right, well, this spot's not working. Where do you want to work? Where do you want to go next? And then make them think through it critically, and I think that's another great life lesson.
There have been a few blooper moments this season.
At the second tournament of the year at Lake Livingston, I hit Mr. Jim in the back of the head with a lure. He lost his hat and sank to the bottom of the lake.
What did Mr. Jim say about losing his hat?
He was kind of mad at me for a while. He was pretty mad, but luckily he was worried about his head getting sunburned. He had another one in the boat, luckily.
Mr. Jim will fish in any kind of weather.
Fished in 17-degree weather was the coldest I've ever been in, and summertime is 110 mosquitoes and gnats that will kill you. But if you like fish as much as I do, you can tolerate it pretty easy.
Mr. Jim is competitive, but he's on the water for something else, to celebrate our high school students when they achieve.
There's nothing like seeing a kid get so excited about catching a big bass. So that's what makes it worth all my while. Seeing those kids, they call their personal best. If a kid can catch their personal best out of your boat, I feel like I've done a pretty good job.
Crosby ISD and the Board of Trustees salute you, Mr. Jim Lewis, our Community Member of the Month.
I'm actually going to A&M, and I'm going to be on the A&M bass fishing team, and I definitely don't think this would be possible if it wasn't for Mr. Jim. I've been fishing with him for 2 years now, and me and my previous partner, his name was Hayden Edson, and we were very successful last year, so I think that it gave me the opportunities that I need to be able to continue my fishing career.
The success of the Crosby High School Bass Club wouldn't be possible without you.
For kids to have an opportunity to have something that they can connect to, and whenever they look back at the end of their 4 years, they can look back at Crosby High School and they can just say, you know what, I really will miss this place because I enjoyed my time here.
That's the biggest thing, I think, is just teaching those kids you're never going to catch a fish if that bait's not hanging in the water. That's part of never giving up. Never ever giving up. Just go fishing, have a good time.